Have you ever felt like there is something wrong with you? Because you know how to be kind, you know how to be compassionate to other people, but somehow never towards yourself. Or maybe you are actually the worst enemy, always criticizing yourself for everything what you did, especially when you did something wrong, feeling like you don't deserve kindness, you don't deserve compassion. My name is Piotr, and this is Sensitive Depth. Today I would like to talk and bring awareness to compassionate mind, compassionate self, based on compassion focused therapy. You might find today's subject useful if you know how to be kind, how to give compassion. You are there for other people. You know how to be with them. You are very often with them when they need you. You feel useful. You meet some sort of expectations. You did something great when you are with people. When you really see someone else's suffering, someone else's pain, your priority is to be with them, to make things right, to don't make them suffer anymore. You see how hard for them it is, and somehow you have that feeling when they need you. So you are for them, and always when you have to choose between yourself and them, when they really need you, you always choose them because you have to help them. You know how to help them. You know how to be for other people. But when you think about it, somehow you don't know actually how to give for yourself. You never really experience being kind to yourself. You never experience and you never gave yourself compassion, empathy, understanding. Perhaps maybe you felt pity for yourself, but you didn't necessarily feel like I need to take care of myself now. I need to help myself. At some point it might feel like, how is it possible that I cannot do this for yourself? I can do it for other people, but somehow not for myself. It feels like it's not me. It's not something what I know. At some point, you might even reflect more and think, I'm always for other people, but there are not people that are for me. Somehow, my role is to always be for them. And I love it. I love being useful. I love being for them when they really need someone, when they can count on me, because I feel that warmth, I feel that connection. But I never ask for help. It's just weird and uncomfortable for me to ask for someone else's help when I actually really need it. And at the same time, when you feel really in huge distress, you don't know actually how to be kind to yourself, how to make yourself feel better, how to truly understand yourself. Or, on the other hand, might be even worse. You might be even your worst enemy. You might treat yourself really badly actually. Instead of giving yourself compassion, soothing yourself, being for yourself, you might criticize yourself. You are awful. You always do everything wrong. You are never enough. You shouldn't be even there. You can't do it. Who do you think you are? You make feel yourself even worse. And you so far even didn't realize that. It was so normal to you. Like, this is how you always were functioning. I was alone. There was no one. I was always for other people. No one is for me. And at the same time, I'm not good enough. That's why there is nobody for me. I did so many things wrong. I made so many mistakes. I'm not perfect at all. I'm so ugly. I cannot even look at myself in the mirror. And you keep criticizing yourself. So you're just falling and falling and falling in this dark of sadness, dark of helplessness. And you're realizing that it's something what is known for me for such a long time. When I was at school, I was bullied. My parents never told me they loved me. They never showed that to me. I needed to prove always that I'm worth something. And so on and so on. You start to realize that I never actually received compassion from someone. I never learned how to be compassionate to myself. I learned how to be to somebody else because I was to my mother. My mother liked me and loved me when she needed me. Then I felt that warmth, that connection with her. And that stayed with me till today. This is how I connect with people. I'm there when they need me because I know this is what I can give them. This is what makes me a little enough for them. So you notice a lot of things, but actually, where is that compassion to myself? How now I can learn to receive it from others, and how I can learn to be compassionate to myself. And in order to answer those questions, the theory of compassion focused therapy, what is compassion and what is compassion itself, might be very helpful. So starting with what is compassion? Compassion is sensitivity to suffering, to someone else's suffering or to your own suffering, with commitment to relieve it and also to prevent it. That's the main definition following the compassionate mind therapy. Compassion means that I feel your suffering, I feel my suffering, I notice it, I see it, I am sensitive to it, I observe and see what's going on. I really feel it in my body, and at the same time showing that commitment. I'm here with you, I'm staying with you, I'm not going anywhere. We can feel it together. How I can help you to bring ease, how I can make you feel better, what do you need, and also how can we prevent it. So good example, I guess, is when we have children or animals, our pets. When we see, for example, a pet that hurt his leg, there's a wound, we see that suffering, we see that dog feeling this pain. So we will stay with this dog. It's gonna be okay. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Let's show me what's going on with that leg. Let me see. Okay, let me use some substances. Let me use some medication so I can make you feel better. So you're not gonna feel that pain. And what happened? How I can prevent so you won't hurt yourself again. And that was an example of physical, but compassion is mostly both emotional pain and our mental well-being. And with that, let's have a look on what is compassion itself. To understand compassion itself, we need to understand that we, our mind, we are made of parts. You are a mother, you are a sister, you are a daughter, you are a worker, you are employer, you are a teacher, and so on and so on. So we have many parts of ourselves. And according to that, there is part of you that has that compassion. And we can call it compassionate other, compassionate self. So that part of me, when I'm being compassionate to other people, this is me and that part showing up. And to understand better how this compassionate looks like, what is built of, the compassion can flow out towards other people. So I'm being compassionate to others, can flow in. So I'm being compassionate towards myself, and also the ability to receive. So this compassionate part can receive compassion from others, and my other parts can receive that compassion from compassionate self. And what the main characteristics of compassionate self are? First of all, it's wisdom. So this compassionate part has that wisdom. I know how to help you. I know what is going with you. This is the sensitivity that plays a role here. Seeing beyond, understanding beyond what I observe, what I see. Sensing, noticing, this unconsciousness communication. There is also caring, commitment, and kindness. And eventually there is that strength and courage. Because it takes a lot of strength and courage to stay in pain, to stay in suffering. So think about it. If you helping others in their darkness time, when they really need you, when they are very vulnerable, when they feel very difficult feelings, you showing up for them. That's the strength and courage that you have. You are there with them, and those are very valuable qualities to have. So now when we have that theory and vision of compassionate self, the idea is that if I don't have compassionate self towards myself, which is extremely important, how I can develop it, how I can wake it up, because at some point it is somewhere there. Maybe it was suppressed because in the past it wasn't safe to be compassionate towards yourself. You had to use different strategies. It was better to victimize yourself because that was the way you could survive. It all depends on your past, what you experience. So you need to explore what happened with my compassionate self, where exactly it is. It is somewhere, where exactly? It might be dreaming in a very deep part of your unconsciousness. Or it might be awake, but only for other people. So now bringing that awareness, bringing that mindfulness, where I am right now, how does it feel? Where is that my compassionate self? How can I recognize it? What the history, my history tells me, what I've learned. So this is the starting point. Where are you right now with your compassionate self, and where is it? And in order to actually build that compassionate self, wake it up from your unconsciousness, we can use something what is called ladder of compassionate self. And the first step of that ladder is self-soothing and self-care. So how can I give it to myself? What I need and when to soothe myself, to make myself feel better, to bring myself calmness, to bring myself safety, to bring myself, I'm safe here, it's okay. So recognizing what are your needs and using different techniques. There is a lot, really a lot of techniques, grounding techniques, breathing, connecting with your body, self-talk, writing. There is really a lot, but the question is what works on you, because on one person it might work, on you it not necessarily might work. For one person, connecting with body might be triggering. For you, connecting with your body, for example through movement, it might be really grounding and self-soothing. So the question is to you, what soothing methods, how I can self-care for myself, and by this you can show yourself compassion. The next step of the ladder is imaginary of your safe space. So in order to wake up from unconsciousness, that compassionate self, we can use our imaginary. And this is the first step. So remind yourself, what is my safe space? When I had my safe space in the past, when I felt warmth, safety, relationships with others, that this is space that I relax, this is space where I feel good. Can you remember any of those places that you used to have, or you maybe still have? Can you close your eyes and remind yourself, be there again, experience how it was? So this is your safe space that you can create and come back anytime. If you don't have memory of it, create it yourself. What is the place that you could create, that you could imagine, that will make you feel way better, that will be your own safe space? Nobody else has access to it, only you. It might be, for example, on a beach, on an island when there is nobody else, with animals, with water, that warm water that you can feel, the sand, the clear sky, and the sun. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Bring yourself there. You can close your eyes and imagine how it is to be there. And you can always come back there. This is your own place. This is the way how you can soothe yourself, how you can bring yourself compassion. The next step of the ladder is compassionate memory. So remind yourself, what is the compassionate self? What is the compassion from my past that I have received? What is the compassion that I gave? Write about it. Visualize. See it. This is how compassion looks like. This is what I am aiming for. And by using this imagination, create it. Okay, this is this compassion. So compassion feels like this way. Now I know. Now I see it. Oh yes, I remember there was one person in my life. There was that teacher in my life that she talked to me when I really felt bad. When I cried, she was there with me. This is what compassion is. I received it before. And there was another person. He told me I will be okay. He told me he will talk with the boys that were bullying me to never do it again. And it worked. And eventually there comes the creation, the waking up from your consciousness. And eventually there comes the creation of compassionate self. So how this part of you, based on what you learned so far, what you did so far, what you used so far, the soothing method, the imaginary place, the compassion that you received and you gave to others, now create that self. Imagine that self within yourself, that specific part of you that is within you. And the last step is ideal compassionate other. So now you are being compassionate towards yourself, using that part of yourself. So for example, something triggered you. It's very difficult for you right now. You feel sad and you see that compassion. Okay, how that compassionate part, compassionate self, what that compassionate self would tell me, and say it to yourself. Become that part. So instead of I'm a loser, I'm not good enough, what have I done? How could I do this? Bring that compassionate self-talk. It's okay, I'm with you. Everyone makes mistakes. I know it feels terrible. I know. I understand myself. I understand you. I understand what you did and why you did it. You didn't want to hurt anyone. You didn't want to do anything stupid. You had good intention. That's all what matters. I understand you. I'm here with you. And there is many techniques. And of course, this is a journey. This is of discovering or waking up your own compassionate self. So you need to explore with yourself how it feels like, how it is like, based on resources that you used to have and you have, and to follow up with increasing reflection about compassionate self. I will give you a few questions. And first very important question is, what are your fears, blocks, and resistances towards bringing that compassionate self? And just small hint, every I can't is the sign of block. Every I don't want to is a sign of resistance. So think about it, write it down, and think how you can challenge it, how you can shift it, how you can change it. Another question is, what my compassionate self might be like? Adding, of course, the main core qualities like wisdom, courage, and so on and so on, what your unique compassionate self might be like. And the last question, of course, with all the understanding of your history of compassion and so on and so on, what this compassionate self would tell you or could tell you in other scenarios, in other difficult moments in your life, in moments when you feel down, when you feel sad, when you feel success, when you feel achievement. In all those scenarios, what your compassionate self would tell you. And this question is not just for now. This question is especially in time when you really need it, when you really need to ask yourself. I hope you find useful today. And if you did, please give a like, subscribe, and I will see you in next videos. Bye bye.